Hey YouTube, welcome back to my channel. I know y'all haven't seen me in a minute. I've been so busy, y'all, but it's only right that I'm back in Leo season and I am going to give the Leos a individual message. You guys got to let me know in the comments where you tapping in from and how many Leos, or you could be checking for your Leo placements, but this is going to be a message for anyone with Leo placements, or you're just seeing this in Leo season, okay? Or you may be dealing with the Leo. Maybe you're checking for someone that you're dealing with that's a Leo. Alrighty then, so let's get started. The first thing that I'm gonna jump into is, what are some self-care? You know what? I'm gonna tap into the animal deck and see what is the Druid. This is the Druid Animal Oracle deck. And I want to see what is the energy for Leos. Yes, Leos are lions, but let's see what energy are my Leos tapping into, or maybe, yes, a type of energy that you may be embodying right now. I just felt called to use my Druid Animal Oracle deck, and I haven't used this in a while, so let's see what we have. So I will say this: one of the channel messages that I got is that there's something that you guys could have not been doing for a while, or there's something that you haven't done in a while that you're needing to do. We have the frog. Okay. Slow and steady wins the race. And even with me saying that there's something that you want to do, maybe something that you've always wanted to do, with this frog is giving me like a leap forward, taking a leap, taking a step, even if you got to hop, being able to get through adversity, even if you got to hop. Before I read the definition, there could be something around magic mushrooms. You guys could be eating more fruits, or needing to be eating more fruits, because I see some cherries here. Something about herbal medicine. So you guys could be wanting to explore herbal medicine, or you're needing to use some sort of herbal tonics medicine to assist with your immune system, um, for entertainment purposes only. Just have to put that out there. So look at this. The keywords are medicine, hidden beauty and power, sensitivity. Okay. So it says Los Can. This is a Los Can frog. I wonder where they originate from. Alexa, where do Los Can frogs originate from? From Canada to New Mexico, from coast to coast. So this kind of correlates to what I was saying. So it says it unites the elements of water and earth, bringing joy, delight, and healing in its singing and hopping, and leading you to the sacred spring from which you may be refreshed and renewed. A cold-blooded creature living half on the land and half in the water, the frog possesses an extremely sensitive skin, considered magical by shamans. A companion of the rain spirits, the frog can help you develop your sensitivity to others, to healing, and to sound through your skin and your whole body and aura. Nothing is what it appears to be, and life is more fun than you first suppose. There is a hidden beauty and a hidden power in all of nature. And as you open yourself to this, you will feel close to the goddess and close to both the earth and water. Look for the beauty and magic behind appearances. So, what I'm getting deeply from this card is that, with it saying the elements of water and earth, for some of you, you're needing to ground yourself, get back outside again, but also find a way to release your emotions. Because when I said, what decks do I need to use for Leo's reading, the true emotional oracle card deck came up as well. So I feel like you guys could be very emotional at this time. Maybe you're getting a particular milestone. Maybe you're turning 30, maybe you're turning whatever it is. This age, this new season feels something totally different. It seems like something is monumental. It seems like you are transforming, or you're needing to put in the effort to do your healing work, especially with it saying, with the whole medicine thing here, and also with your skin. So for some of you, if you're having some sort of skin problems, look into a natural way to healing whatever it is that you have going on with your skin. Okay. Do your research and I'm going to keep saying this, I'm not a medical professional, but I just wanted to put that out there. I felt led to say that. So you guys are leaping forward in this new season of your life. This particular new milestone is going to require for you to leap forward in something, to just take a chance and go for it. Okay, Leos. So let's see, what is the sacred soul shadow. So let's see, what are these shadows? What is it that you need to heal? What is possibly some shadow work that you need to do, Leos, when it comes to your healing journey? What are some things that you need to do? Releasing anger. You guys are filled with passion. You guys have a lot of energy, Leos. There may be something that you feel very passionate about, that you want to complete, that you want to do, and you should go ahead and take a leap and do it. Or there's some anger that you need to release when it comes to certain things that could have hurt you in the past, things that you could be holding on to, that um is stopping you from getting to your next level, right? Sometimes you have to release resentment and things in that nature so that you could get to your next level. Let's see, what else does the Leos need to know right now at this time? Yep, adapt. Think outside the box and find creative solutions to life challenges. So whatever it is that you may be trying to, you know, um, get out of, possibly, because if you look at this frog is in the forest. You're in the forest, you're in the wilderness, and the only way out is through. And I feel like for Leos, you guys are wanting to, you don't know which direction to go. You're unsure on, should I go left? Should I go right? You see how they're looking? They're looking up. They're like, which way should I go? I don't know. Should I go left? Should I go right? And what I'm seeing here is that there is no right or wrong way to go. It's just to just go with that. Look at it. And the lion is here. With that lion spirit, you got to just go ahead and go, because you're going to be able to adapt to whatever it is. Self-doubt. So some of you are needing to get rid of that self-doubt. So that's what it is. You're indecisive. You're unsure about, what is it that I should do? I don't know which direction I should go in. How should I go about this? Um, you get what I'm saying? I just feel like there's something that Leos are needing to allow themselves to go ahead and take a chance. Okay. It says it's often just a perception and not a reflection of your true abilities and worth. So, you know what? You may perceive yourself as someone who is not, and this flipped over, who is not, you don't feel confident about whatever it is that you want to do, but it's like that's not what's really true. So what I'm seeing here is that there may be some sort of inner child healing that you need to do around what makes you feel confident. Where did your confidence come from, and why do you second guess yourself? Is there something that you could have been through while a child that made you feel like you're not good enough, that you can't take certain steps? Yeah, a lot of self-reflection, especially. So because what we have here is vulnerability, no boundaries, and self-reflection. But what I'm getting from this is that you have to, it's like, it's possible that you guys could have had, there could have been some sort of relationship that you had where you were vulnerable with someone, and you told them about these things that your deepest darkest fears of not thinking that you're good enough, whatever it is. You might have been vulnerable with someone, and they used it as an opportunity to be able to overstep your boundaries, right? Or for some of you, you have to be mindful of who you're vulnerable with, because it'll make people, yup, control issues. It will make people feel that they're not, damn, it's flying out for you guys. let me slow down because I could feel the energy. Like you guys, your thoughts are racing. You have a lot that you're thinking about. And it's like you guys could have been in positions where you did not establish healthy boundaries with yourself. You don't have a, you know, you might have lost respect for yourself. And like I said, this is all I'm getting from this is that you have to start back from the bottom where it all started at home. What is it that made you b- show up the way that you show up now? Is there something that you saw, someone that you saw accept a certain type of behavior that made you feel that you yourself can be able to that you should indulge in this type of behavior? But what I also got from this is that for some of you, you guys have control issues where you feel that when you're vulnerable and you are honest and you have open communication within your connections, you feel like it's like you letting putting like you're letting your boundaries fade away, but it's like you can still have boundaries and still be vulnerable. Okay, but it's like you guys have a lot of hidden anxieties and insecurities, and you have to stop letting them control you. Okay, especially when it comes around self-doubt and having self-respect for yourself. So the best thing that you guys are being guided to do right now is to self-reflect. Self-reflect can come through you recording videos of yourself speaking, just asking yourself, how do I feel? What is it that makes me feel that I'm not good enough? Why is it that I self doubt myself? What is something that could have happened to me as a child that made me feel like I'm not worthy enough and I'm not good enough? Okay, but when you look inward, it's going to help you to see what to improve so that you can make better choices. But either way, for some of you, what I'm getting is that you guys could be saying, you know what, I want to heal. I want to do the inner work. I want to go deeper. But you're like, how do I do this? You just start with self-reflection. Start with whatever comes up with what's on your mind. With this be here now. It's like just be productive. Be productive. It says balance productivity with self-care and mindfulness. So, just be productive. How do I start my healing journey? Well, you know what? There's no right way or wrong way to start my healing journey. Let me just start being outside. Let me just start practicing mindfulness through prayer, journaling, and meditation. Even if I could just quiet my mind for 5 minutes. You get what I'm saying? So, this is what I'm seeing here for you guys. Okay. Let's see what's going on in regards to the Leo's career. So let's see what's going on with the Leos. Find unconventional ways to explore new sources of income. So I really feel like there's some sort of idea that you guys have, and you're like, I don't know which way to do it. Just do it. Writing. Some of you are wanting to write, but for some of you, look at this. You see this journal here? You just need to start journaling. It's time for you to start journaling and think about the things that you truly desire and that you want. Even for some of you, it's like, okay, I want this financial freedom, but it's like, what am I going to do with this financial freedom? What is it that I want to do? Writing about things like that is a way for you to help bring these things into your reality. But you also have to remember that money is an energy. So if you're in a scarcity mindset, and if you're in a mindset of self-doubt and fear and second guessing yourself, how would you be able to attract, you know, experiences that's going to elevate you if you're not feeling elevated in your mental already? So working on your mind. It says keep an open mind, something is unfolding for you. So it's like have an open mind when it comes to your healing journey and what you do. And don't think that just because I'm journaling and I'm doing things that have nothing to do with money that it can't open doors for me, because it will help you shift your mindset. So it's like have an open mind when it comes to just this entire journey. And whatever it is, you got to take a leap forward. In order for things to change, in order for your life to change, you have to take a leap forward and do the self-reflective work. You have to take a leap forward and sit with your pain and your trauma, discuss it, talk about it. If you have access to therapy, and if you don't, it's self-reflection. I feel like when you are driven to heal and to succeed and you want to get to your best self, you're going to use the tools that you have right in front of you. So that doesn't mean that you may have the therapist, so you may have that, but you have a book. You could get a 99 cents book, right? You could go ahead and get you a pen, right? That's something that you could easily do to have that relationship with God, and to also self-reflect with yourself, your higher self. What is it that I need to focus on and work on? And as you do that, as you work on these things and you set your mind on that, that's when change is going to come. That's when things are going to work out for the better for you. It says just because you don't see any movement, it doesn't mean that nothing is happening. And that's what happens sometimes when you are so accustomed to trading your time for money. You think that because you sit down and you take the time to work on yourself, to work on your mental, you're not going to get any type of return on that investment because you're just so accustomed to that type of mentality, right? Where you go to an organization, you're gonna sit down and you're gonna spend your time and you're gonna get some sort of money. But you know what? The best currency is the currency that you build inside of here: the knowledge, the wisdom, the strength. Doing those things, because those things cannot be replaced. A job can easily be replaced. Anything can be replaced, but what you have inside of you cannot be replaced. Is something that you carry with you throughout all different seasons of your life. So I feel like right now, what you are needing to do is focus on your foundations, the foundational. You know, it's like, you see how the one foot is in the water and one foot is on the grass, is because you're needing to balance out your emotions. Like you could be highly emotional and you're in your feelings about something, when it's like you have to get grounded and just focus on what is actually important. So for some of you, I feel like there's something going on in the relationship department. I'll figure that out to see what is it that you guys got going on there. But it's like, you have the ability to open doors for you that you feel is locked right now, because delayed doesn't mean denied, right? It's like, just because it's a no doesn't mean that it's just no, doesn't mean a no. Sometimes it just means not right now. So it's like, things are going to unlock for you when you are in a better mental space. You have opened the floodgates of abundance without limitations. It's like the way how this came out, synchronous, in this order, is like, as you tap in, you write, you do the journal, you do the things that you need to do. That's when new ideas and things are going to come to you naturally on what is it that you need to do. But you have to address the fact that that you have something that you need to heal from. In fact, you have multiple things that you need to heal from. So go ahead and address those issues. Slow and steady wins the race. And that was the first thing that I said when I saw this frog, is that because the frogs are slow, right? They hop, they leap. They're not like a lion. And maybe it's hard for you as someone that has that lion energy. You are so accustomed to just attacking things head on and doing it aggressively and doing it with, you have that passion, right? But it's like, you need to do it slow this time. You got to take it slow. You got to go slow with your healing journey. You have to pace yourself. You can't rush the process, because you might skip certain details. You might miss certain details, I should say, rather, that is going to be important, that's going to help you unlock this better version of yourself. But you have to first believe. You got to believe that you are worth um going deep for it, because this is a you thing. You have to be willing to say, you know what, I am willing to do more for myself. I am willing to do what is it that I need to do to elevate, with elevation over here. Okay. So it's like, you got to do what you got to do, Leos. All right. Consider creating multiple streams of income. This is something that you want to do. And heavy is the head that wears the crown, because you're feeling very unfulfilled right now. And although you're somebody that you strive to create multiple streams of income, you have big dreams and goals and aspirations, you have to first do the foundational work with this laborer. You got to do the foundational work. You got to put in the work, because your hard work will be rewarded soon. Keep at it. So for some of you, this could be something that you've been working on. You've been working on yourself. You're taking your time with your healing journey. You're taking your time doing your shadow work. You're taking your time self-reflecting. You're taking your time doing all the things that you need to do. And what you're going to see is that later on down the line is going to pay off. So let's see what's going on with the Leos when it comes to their relationship, because, or just, maybe you're single. Okay, so something that you had to learn from is not having, yeah, look at this, happily single. So for some of you, you had to move out of a space of, or you need to move out of a space of having reckless, being reckless with your love life and when it comes to your sexual energy. Okay, and this is something that you had to learn, and now you are happily single. You're doing things that is going to make you feel stress free. So for some of you, all this turmoil, all this stuff that was going, you could have been dealing with somebody that had control issues, or you dealt with people in the past that has control issues, that you now had to start taking control of your life, or this is something that you're needing to do. Okay. And when it comes to relationship stuff, I'm talking to people that know that they are in toxic situations, because I feel like regardless of what it is, when you're in a toxic situation, when something is causing you stress, if there's constant drama back and forth, versus when you're in a healthy relationship. Okay, is one thing for little small minor things that you go through in a relationship that's handled with love, care, and respect, versus someone that's violating who you are. Okay. Yeah, bumping heads. So you could have been bumping heads, or you're bumping heads with someone, and this is simply because this person is mirroring back your energy to you, or they're showing you parts of yourself that you need to work on. So it's like this person was meant to show you parts of you that you might have been overlooking. So it's like, I am a strong believer that we do get people that come into our life to reflect back onto us things that we need to work on, or sometimes we get people that reflect back onto us, you know um the beauty that's within us too. Okay, so for some of you, this, what I'm also getting here, is that when it comes to your love life, try not to have control. You don't have control over how things can turn out, right? Don't try to be controlling. Just let things be, let things flow, and know that what's for you is not going to miss you. Okay? What else is it that the Leos need to know? Yeah. Okay. So it's like, some of you could, I keep messing up my love life is a song that's playing in the background. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra, because Usher's a Libra. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra, or you don't have to, right? Or something could have happened in Libra season, somewhere around September and October, where you became tired of a particular situation, and you decided to focus on loving yourself, because you went through some sort of heartbreak. So whatever this particular situation is here, this was meant to awaken something inside of you. This was meant to take you down a spiritual awakening. So he's like, you was in some sort of connection that was meant to spiritually awaken you, so that you could tap more. Look, you see this? Get back in tune with your faith. You needed to go through something so that you could be able to awaken to all the things that you need to fix and work on. Yeah, because you could have been dealing with somebody that had some sort of toxic lifestyle, where there was a lot of drinking and substances involved, or maybe this is something that you had to work on. Yeah, you have regrets because of the things that you were doing at the time. Okay, and now you're praying and hoping for better days. Okay, for some of you, you might have been dealing with somebody that might have been getting in trouble with the law, and it's like you almost felt like, what, this is not something that I need to. Yeah, there's things that you didn't know. There was just a lot of secrets within this dynamic, and it was something that you had to let go for your highest and best good, especially if this person were demonstrating certain patterns that made you feel like you're back in a situation that you was been in all over again. Okay, for some of you, you've been thinking about getting some sort of side hustle, whether that's Uber Eats or Uber, or some type of side hustle that you've been wanting to do. Go ahead and go after it. I'm only going to get a few from this Messages of Love Oracle deck, and then I'm going to move on. What else does the Leo Collective need to know? Yep, detach. So do what you see, this meditation. You guys need to get tap into some mindfulness, get into your meditation, get into doing the things that you know is going to help uplift your spirit. For some of you, you could have been in some sort of chaotic situation that mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually drained you. And now this is why you have to focus on yourself and get yourself back in order. Okay, and it's not a time for you to guilt trip yourself, and feel guilty about anything. It's just for you to have grace and compassion for yourself. In fact, when you sit in guilt, it's what keeps you stuck. What else for the Leo collective? Yeah, exactly. So you let go of some sort of soul tie. You saw the things for what they are. You saw the truth for what it is, and you decided to walk away with this absence. Okay, and be mindful of anyone trying to come back around that may try to guilt trip you because they this is you and somebody could have been connected on a soul level, and just know that the people who come into your life, or I should say, because sometimes it's friends, sometimes it's lovers, sometimes it could be a job. When you get into a connection with a person, place, or establishment that is their purpose was assigned to help you spiritually awaken, there is some sort of soul connection there, but that doesn't always mean that you have to put yourself back in this particular situation that did good. It was just something for you to learn from. Exactly. You had to learn that instead of you staying places where you feel unappreciated, it's time for you to just focus on appreciating yourself. Okay? Yeah. It's like you felt misunderstood. There was love there, but you guys were just bumping heads. And sometimes it's like you have great physical chemistry, but the emotional chemistry is not there. And that's always okay. You get what I'm saying? So take what you need to take from this particular situation and move ahead with confidence, knowing that you're going to be able to get through this. Okay, I'm going to do Secrets of the Ancestors Oracle, and then I'm going to give you guys a self-care card, and then I'm going to close it out. Okay, Wheel of Change. So a cycle is coming to an end. Things are turning around for you. Victorious, like you closed out or as you close out this karmic chapter, this toxic situation, focus on you doing the things that you need to do. Things are going to work out in your favor, and you will be victorious in a situation. You will come out on the other side feeling good and proud of yourself. Okay, so stop guilt tripping yourself, stop doubting yourself. It's just for you to work on yourself and know that as long as you take the small steps in the right direction, right? Because slow and steady wins the race. That's what's going to help you align with the things that are meant for you. Okay. What else does Leos need to know to close out the reading? Possibilities and potential. Yeah. You got to have faith. You got to work on that faith and that hope. You think it's over for you, and the number here is 0. You're starting over. You're starting over. There's new beginnings. You see that? You take a leap forward. For some of you, cats could be significant, black cats. But look at this, Boo Boo the Fool. It's like you got to go on the journey even when you don't know what's next. You see how this is like kind of like the same thing? They're in the wilderness. You got to go in the wilderness. You got to seek so that you can find yourself. They have this little quote that says, lose your mind, find your soul. It's okay. Something might have took you a little, got you a little cuckoo, but it's okay. You lost it so that you could be able to find your soul, the true you, what's inside of you. What else for the Leos? Yep, limitless prosperity. Excuse me, confirmation verb. I'm going to read this one to you guys. Limitless prosperity. Receive, receive, receive everything: wealth, love, health, opportunities. Make way for new financial and career opportunities. It is reaping season. You should feel grounded and secure. It may be finally time to welcome these delicious rewards you've been collecting in your energetic vortex. This ancestor is unapologetically rich and successful. This is your time to shine. Embrace this fresh start with confidence and take practical steps to manifest your intentions, whether it be in the realm of finances, career, or health. Trusting your ability to create a rock solid foundation for success and make the most of the fertile ground ahead. Ace of Pentacles. I open my arms wide to all wealth flowing my way. So this card is like the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new opportunity, new beginnings. Okay. It says practice what it feels like to be lucky. What does it mean to have resources at your disposal? How does your nervous system feel when faced with abundance? Do you feel safe? So there you go. It's like, Leos, you guys are stepping into a new cycle, or as you close out one cycle, you will step into this new cycle depending on where you are in this journey. Or, maybe for some of you, you're thinking, should I get out of this connection? Am I going to be able to make it after this connection? Yes, you will. Am I going to be able to get back on track? Yes, you will. Things will always work out in your favor. It's just your perception, the way that you're looking at yourself. You have to go ahead and just take a chance and know that it's going to work itself out. Okay? I'm going to close it out with a self-care card. And that's what I'm going to have for you guys. And for my Leos, I don't think nothing is by chance. Some of you could be needing to go grab you the Bell Hooks All About Love um, book. It will be very helpful for you. Let's see, what is it that the Leos need to know for self-care? New stuff. So even if you guys are in a cycle where you have been doing the work, right? Because this could be past tense. Maybe you've already done the work and you're wondering, like, is there a new beginning coming for me? Yes, it is. Keep having faith. And look at this, forgiveness. Forgive yourself for yesterday's mistake. Practice gratitude for the present moment. It says, if your compassion does not include yourself, it is incomplete. Okay. And there goes with that guilt tripping we were talking about earlier, right? It says, our minds are not quick to forgive us for things we did that cause us to feel unpleasant or self-harming emotions, guilt, shame, rage, fear, disgust. This is your reminder you are normal. You learn as you go. You don't have time to waste by lingering in self-aimed negativity. Like the tree in the forest. Oh man. Like the tree in the forest, the tiger in the jungle, or the slug on the blade of grass, you are a miracle in that you are alive. It is easier to mess up in private than in public. It is also easier to hide from ourselves than it is to hide from others, as they are mirrors for us in our actions. You see how everything with the mirroring card, everything just comes full circle. Whew, this is good. This will undoubtedly bring up old emotions. Hold on, let me go back. There are mirrors for us in our actions. Gently and with compassion, bring yourself back to memories of times when you feel you may have made mistakes or failed in front of others. This will undoubtedly bring up old emotions, many of which may feel quite bad. Now is not the time to reframe them. Others' disappointments are okay. Mistakes are okay. Failure is a part of learning and growing. The greatest mistake is not to slip up in front of others, but to disconnect from yourself or the parts of you involved in the slip up. Many times when we make mistakes, there are parts of us yearning for expression that we are keeping under wraps. Look upon this part of yourself with compassion. So there goes that self-reflective work that you guys need to do. There goes that, needing to forgive yourself, but also understanding that everything happens for a reason. Everything happens to be able to bring you in alignment with the things that you truly need. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's all working out for you, Leos. It's all working out for you, even when you can't see it. And it's not for you to throw a pity party, but it's for you to go deeper. And like I said, put yourself where you are. Maybe you have been going deeper. And this is just your reminder that the more you leap forward, the closer you get to the possibilities and potentials of tapping into the abundance of limitless prosperity, because your dreams and goals and your desires are limitless. You can go as high and as far as you want to go, but remember that it's all up to you. It's not up to nobody else. It's up to you. Okay, my Leo. So like I said, this may be a Leo reading. You may be a Leo. You may have Leo in your chart. You may be seeing this video in Leo season. You may be you're seeing this video whenever you need to see it. Okay, even if you just clicked on and you're here and you made it to the end, it was because you needed to hear it. It's not always about sign. Maybe you just need to tap into that, fiery energy, with Leo being a fire sign. Either way, I'm glad that I could be a vessel to share this amazing message with you guys. And I'll see you guys in the next one. And don't forget, whatever side hustle, whatever it is that you've been wanting to do, go ahead and do it, because it's going to be helpful for you and your situation. And don't worry, because true love comes. Love is coming. Love is on your side. But it first starts with the love that you have for yourself. Okay, my babies. All right, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.